start with our meeting. If I want you all to pause a minute, we're going to have an invocation. Please pray with me. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this day and thank you for all the blessings that you bestowed upon us. We want to especially thank you for being able to celebrate Veterans Day, and we are very humbled to have these men with us here today that have served our country. We ask your grace and your love on them, and we want you to watch after those who are serving us as we speak. We ask your blessing and your direction, and thank you for the opportunity to be among such great people. We want to ask that you lead us and guide us tonight and give us strength and courage to do the right thing for this community. These things we ask in your name. Amen. Amen. Let the record show that we do have a quorum, barely, and we'll call the meeting to order. And if you would all join, Councilman Ellis is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. It is at this time in our meeting that we're always glad to welcome visitors and receive public comment. I'll open the floor for public comment at this time, if anybody would like to do that. If not, then we're going to take a few minutes to welcome you, our veterans. If you give me a second, I've got something I'd like to read. And it goes, nearly a century ago, at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, an armistice between the Allied powers and Germany put an end to World War I. Although this concluded what many had hoped would be the war to end all wars, the peace would prove to be fleeting. Still this day has a lasting legacy. We've come to call that day Veterans Day. And every year we devote our thoughts and our prayers to the many Americans who have fought in the U.S. Armed Forces. We have a proud tradition of support and appreciation for those who have served. Every day is, in a sense, Veterans Day. But this official occasion gives us an opportunity to recognize and honor those who have answered the call to defend our freedom. These are the hidden heroes of a peaceful nation. Our colleagues and our friends, neighbors, and family members who answered the call and returned to live in the land they defended. Our veterans are drawn from several generations and many backgrounds. All who have served in this cause are liberators in the best tradition of America. Their actions have made our nation safer in a world full of new dangers. Their actions have also upheld the ideals of America's founding, which defines us still. Our nation values freedom, not just for ourselves, but for all. And because Americans are willing to serve and sacrifice for this cause, our nation remains the greatest force for good among all the nations on this earth. Today, we also recall the men and women who did not live to be called veterans. Our veterans remember the faces and the voices of their fallen comrades. The families of the lost carry a burden of grief that time will lighten, but it will never lift. Our whole nation honors every patriot who placed duty and country before their own lives. They gave us every day that we live in freedom. America has needed these qualities in every generation, and every generation has stepped forward to provide them. What veterans have given our country is beyond our power to fully repay. Yet, today we recognize our debt and honor, to their honor, and on this national holiday our hearts are filled with respect and gratitude for our veterans. God bless you all for being here and taking the time to join us. God bless our veterans, and God bless America. We would like, if you would, for you to each stand give us your name and your area of service, if you will. Your first, Joe, go for it.
Sure. Joe Gear, United States Navy.
Lonnie Abram, United States Navy.
Albert.
Robert Hood, Army. J.D. Cage, Army Artillery. Donald Phillips, Army Engineers.
Jory Bruton, Navy. There you go.
Finally got it. Thank y'all, gentlemen. Doug DuPay, I was in the Air Force.
Doug, could you remain standing for just a second? And we've got a couple of more that would like to introduce themselves, and then the council would like to come down and just shake everybody's hand and tell you thank you.
James Byers, Navy.
Kenneth Henry, Army. Thank you, sir, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Good day.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank y'all for having me.
For having us service. Thank you very much.
See you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You okay? See you. Thank you. How are you?
Appreciate you being here.
Good to see you.
Good.
Lonnie, thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Joe.
Be all right? All right.
You.
It's getting up to the knees, don't want to work.
I can understand that.
Guys, very much. If you'd like to be seated. We want to thank the staff for being here tonight. Gil, we're glad you're here. Slater, we're glad that you're here to keep us out of trouble. And we will go ahead and start with our agenda. We have a real short meeting tonight. If you folks would like to hang around a few minutes. Is Tom still around, or did he go back?
No, they have a meeting tonight. He just came down to bring that fire truck so y'all could see it.
The fire truck that most of you saw sitting out there is a new truck for the city. And we were able to acquire that truck on a grant from the Texas Forestry Service. And it cost the city about $20,000. It's a really nice truck. And we appreciate the Forestry Service for doing that. They assist us in lots of ways, and they've been very kind to us. First thing we'd like to do on our agenda tonight is approval of minutes of the last council meeting on October the 9th. And I'll make a motion to approve those.
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we'd like to do is consider reimbursements of receipts from the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation for the 2017 Tour de Muleshoe from Motel Tax Funds. We had earlier approved an amount of, what, $500 for them?
Actually, for the Heritage Foundation, their request and receipts came all at the same time. So council has not had a chance to look at that application as of yet. So that's something you're considering tonight.
Okay.
The amount that they submitted was that $1,893.50. Staff reviewed those receipts and believed that of that amount, $335 actually complies with council policy.
Okay. For those of you that don't know, our council policy basically includes funds that are used for advertising to help draw people to the community. So that's where the money basically goes, and it comes out of Motel Tax Funds. So do I have a motion to approve that?
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the 335.
I'll second it.
We have a motion to approve that $335. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we'd like to do is to consider reimbursement of receipts from Kenzi Green for the 2017 Muleshoe Merry Market. And these funds come from Motel Tax Funds. We were asked to approve up to $500 for that
Yes, sir.
festival, and the receipts actually amounted to more than that, but I'll make a motion that we approve the $500.
I'll second.
And we have a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we'd like to do is receive the financial statement for the month ending October 31st. I trust y'all have all reviewed that line by line, and I'll make a motion that we approve that financial statement.
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Next thing we would like to do is have administrative reports, and I'll turn that over to you, LeAnn.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Recently, Mayor Black, Kasey Coker, Director of Economic Development, Ramon Sanchez, Public Works Director, Police Chief Roy Rice, and our employees Crystal Casto from the Public Works Department, and Officer Ricardo, Ruvalcaba, and myself, we were invited to attend the Career Day at Muleshoe High School. And so we went that day and visited with around 400 students that day, and talked about the City of Muleshoe and the employment opportunities that we have. It was a great morning. It was a busy morning, and we were pleased to be invited to attend that. And then the Airport Advisory Board, Ramon and I met with representatives from Cannon Air Force Base recently at the airport. And they were giving us information on how Cannon Air Force Base uses our airport. And it was great to meet with those guys. There was actually a pilot that was there, a air traffic controller that came, and then the other guy, and I don't know exactly what his title is, but he's been a pilot, but now he actually coordinates training through Cannon Air Force Base. Some of the Navy SEALs go there to train. There's some other special ops that come there and train. And so it was great to visit with those guys, and they gave us some recommendations on ways that they would use our airport in the future, and some improvements that they would like to see, and kind of just their basic operations and how our area assists them in their training. Then staff members Kasey Coker, Ramon Sanchez, Roy Rice, Zanea Carpenter, and myself attended the Leadership Muleshoe that was recently hosted by the Muleshoe Economic Development Corporation. That was a morning that we met over at the training facility. There was around 50 people that were there. Gil was actually there and did some filming of the program that was put on that day. That program was put on through a grant obtained through the governor's office through economic development. So that was a great training on leadership, and that we all enjoyed that day. I would like for council to mark your calendars and plan to attend the City Christmas Luncheon. That will be on Wednesday, December 13th. This year we'll hold that Christmas luncheon at our new training facility. Ramon and I recently met with engineers and contractors on the new lift station. That was our pre-construction meeting, and we look for construction on that project to begin in the next few weeks. And then finally, the Chamber of Commerce has some things coming up. They'll do their tree lighting on Saturday, November the 25th. That's the Saturday that follows Thanksgiving. That will also kick off, that day is Small Business Saturday, and will kick off Shop the Shoe. That will conclude on December 16th. And then the Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade will be on the evening of December 16th. So I'd like for everybody to mark their calendars and come out and support the Chamber of Commerce and our local businesses and shop the shoe. Keep that in mind whenever you're Christmas shopping. So, and that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. When we do the Christmas lighting, I guess most all of you noticed last year that we had new lights. And we came up just a little bit short on those, and so this year we have finished all of American Boulevard, and they will be up and down Main Street also. So that those are kind of custom made, and we really like them, and so it's pretty neat. Went to the job fair with the staff. It's pretty neat. They how many booths did they have there?
I would say probably, I don't know, I'm going to guess 30 maybe, different businesses in town, lots of the colleges and universities.
The armed forces, each area of the armed force had a booth there to visit with the kids, to give them options for the future. It was really neat. And lots of colleges, local businesses were there, some of the banks, Dale County Electric, City of Muleshoe,
Excel Energy,
Excel Energy,
United.
United was there, the beef packing plant had a booth there.
The hospital was there.
Hospital, I mean, it gave the young people some options as to what they might want to do with their future. It was really neat. We got to visit with lots of kids.
It was a great day.
It was a good day. So, y'all be sure to put on your calendar the day of the parade and the Shop Muleshoe Day, and we'll have a great winter, and everybody get ready for Christmas. Rest of the council have anything?
Let's eat the turkey first.
Eat the turkey first, yeah. We hope you all have a good Thanksgiving. If you travel, be safe. And hope all your families are able to gather and be a part of that festival. So.
Ramon, I had some dealings with your department recently, and they did a really good job. They were nice to work with. Just want to compliment them on that.
Welcome. All right. If nobody else has anything, then we are adjourned. Again, we want to thank you folks for being here tonight and taking time to come and see us. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you for the invitation.
JD, you're looking good.
Thank you.
You had a little setback a day or two. And
No setback, that's good enough.
you're looking good. You're well.